I've been wanting to do a lot of life changes, right? A lot of improvements. I want to start a lot of new journeys and really change my life from where it is right now and evolve it into bigger and better things as we all aspire to do. Now, I've been feeling like something's been holding me back, right? And initially, I thought it was the fear of letting go of my old life, the old habits I've been doing, the things that kind of keep me small, keep me stagnant, and keep me from evolving. But recently I've been thinking a little different. I think I actually have a fear of the life that I want to live, like actually having to live it and stepping into the person that I actually want to become and accepting the responsibilities of what will follow after doing that. I know that I want to change a lot of things about myself, meaning cutting down on just negative habits, things that affect me negatively, things that make me feel worse than before I did them, and things that ruin my productivity, hurt my self-image, self-confidence, and overall make me feel less valuable, less worthy of the things that I desire and dream about. So I know that I personally want to stop doing a lot of things that I do that are keeping me small and to start doing just becoming a better person in a lot of areas, right? So I've been thinking, like, with change like that, with evolution, there's going to be a new wave of problems, a new wave of challenges, right? Not necessarily problems, that sounds bad, but new challenges to overcome and to work on, new things that might push you and test you, who you are as a person, and see what you can do in different scenarios, right? Basically stepping out of my comfort zone. I've been doing so many of the same things over and over every day for years, right? To the point where I know what I'm gonna get, I'm comfortable, and I'm just sitting in that comfort and not really growing, not really changing, and not really constantly challenging myself and living in discomfort, getting comfortable with discomfort, you know? So I want to change a lot as a person, but also I want my life to change. I want my routine to change, the things that I'm doing, places I'm going, people I'm hanging out with, impact that I'm leaving on people, and, you know, not having to work a job that I don't feel fulfilled and passionate about, and, you know, being able to choose my time, how I'm going to spend my time, and basically just, yeah, have full decision making over everything that's going on in my life. And not in some controlling way where I feel like I need to control every little thing, but just being comfortable knowing that what is in my control, what is in my hands, I have locked down, and I'm not doing anything stupid that's slowing me down, right? So yeah, it initially started with me feeling a fear of letting go of old habits that are keeping me small, because as I said, I identified those with comfort, with security, with safety, right? Because I know what I'm gonna get. I'm not always in discomfort. I'm not always feeling challenged. Yet, being that person and living in discomfort also isn't fulfilling at the same time. So part of me is pulling me to stay in the comfort, and then another half of me is pulling me away, saying, nah, you need more. You need to challenge yourself. You need to grow more, and you need to turn into this person that you know you can be. Like I spend a lot of time just visualizing what I want to accomplish and the person I want to become, who I want to be, and everything like that. Like, what would it really look like, right? So once I start to visualize it and think about that type of thing, I start to realize how many new challenges are going to come my way, right? If you get a lot of success, whether financial or fame or something like that, that's not everybody's going to like that. Not everybody's going to support that, right? If you get a lot of money, financial problems are going to come up, how to spend your money, you know? If you don't have a lot of money, that's one problem, but at the same time, you're not going to be stressing about where all your money is going, how to divvy it up, what should be getting spent into what thing, you know? So a lot of people without a lot of money just dream for a lot of money, but it's different once you really start to think, like, once you have all that money, that's gonna be new challenges, new problems. It's gonna be growth opportunities. You're gonna have to learn how to spend well and not overspend in certain areas, and also not become egotistical and lose yourself once you start to get fame, once you start to get money. And approval from the external world, that you're worth something. You need to not lose yourself and remember to be humble. Remember where you started from, and yeah, just don't become a new person as your life changes. Stick to your values, stick to your morals. So there's this saying that like everybody, or maybe not everybody, but there's this saying that some people's biggest fear is their own potential. And I've been really feeling that recently, because a lot of the times I'll be spending my time not in the best way that I could be. I could be doing something to plant seeds for the future, to help grow my life, change my life for the better and how I want to be doing it. But instead I'm doing things that more just not waste time, but low-key just kind of waste time and don't really like do anything, where I just kind of sit in contentment, whether I'm just watching YouTube or I'm just like, I don't know, just not fully locked in on what I want to be doing. So for me, I still struggle with smoking. I still do it as an escape. I still do it to numb myself sometimes. And every time I do it, I feel like I could be doing something more. I should be doing something different. I should be doing something. I should be stepping out of my comfort zone. I should be starting this new thing or working on this and that, right? So I always feel this little bit of guilt of like, I'm just sitting in this superficial, fake, temporary comfort when I should be stepping out of my comfort zone, starting new things and planting seeds for the future and the dreams that I want to carry out, right? So when I'm smoking a lot and wasting a lot of time, I start to really wish that I was doing better things with my time, right? But then let's say the time comes around where I'm just gonna work on everything, stay sober, and just hustle. I start to get this fear of like, but what could I actually become if I was spending all my time working on something? I filled my schedule every day becoming my best self, working on whatever I should be working on to help my dreams come true. Like, I start to get scared of like, what am I actually capable of? What could that person become? And would I be able to handle that life if instead of kind of being stagnant and moving at 1 mile an hour, I really turned everything up and started to just be ambitious and start a ton of new things, right? I've been noticing that the fear isn't just letting go of smoking and living in that contentment. It's actually like, what would my life look like if I never had that escape anymore? I never had that thing just kind of keeping me small, keeping me stagnant. What would actually happen if I became my best self and started to grow everything in my life and really chase dreams and not being just lazy and satisfied with where I'm at, So that's just what's been on my mind recently. I don't have any like profound answers or solutions to this, but I'm gonna be just working on it every single day and updating as I go. And yeah, because there's a lot of things that I want to be working on, but the more time I spend distracting myself, the less time there is to work on it, and the more my life is going to remain stagnant, and the more discontent I'm going to be every single day, where I have to show up to the job that I'm not passionate about. I have to work to make the money and do all these things that like I truly desire. I could just travel the world, choose how I want to spend my time, wherever I want to go, whenever I want to go. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to focus on making the biggest change in the world and impacting positively the most amount of people that I can. But instead I'm stuck in this loop of working and then going home and distracting myself and not starting anything bigger. So I'm just putting this out there. I'm gonna be vulnerable and just say it straight up. Like, yeah, I feel like I'm scared of really stepping into becoming that person who doesn't escape. They're locked in, they're goal oriented, they're going crazy. And also a little scared of like, once my life genuinely starts to catch up to that new person that I'm becoming and everything starts to change, right? Start making more money, start getting financial freedom, start to really impact people and do all these things. Like, it just seems like there's a lot of pressure and a lot of things that come with what I desire, right? When I desire, it just seems like, man, that would be really nice. But once I genuinely start to visualize and think about it, I'm like, there's a lot of challenge. It's going to be a lot of opportunity for growth. It's not going to be easy. And I'm like, above all, I'm not going to be able to just numb myself. I'm going to have to just feel everything and do everything soberly and straight up. So hopefully this video will help me get on track, help me start to plant those seeds for the future. And yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about today. Fear of stepping into the person you know you can become and living the life that you know you can live. So If you guys relate, let me know, and I appreciate you watching. Peace.